Hello, it's me, and I thought I'd bring out this 4-layer bump cube, or 4x4 mirror cube, and go through a couple of different types of demonstration solves with this. So I really like 4x4s because it's the simplest version of a puzzle where you can explore aspects of parity and other fascinating complications to the solve. And what I really like about the mirror cubes is that, well, ideally every piece is supposed to be different, although you can see the center pieces are the same, these edges are the same too, but not exactly. The variations that you can get with this and the complications with this is it's actually a supercube. And if you were to get a puzzle like this, what I'd recommend is you get it with these kind of stickers, the silver stickers. You might not be able to see too much on camera, but the stickers have a certain graining to them. So this goes horizontally, this one goes horizontally, and this one here goes vertically. So because of that, you can actually have a situation where if I were to swap these two centers, they're not exactly the same. They're not exactly the same because then the grain here is going to go against here. So this will be horizontal and this will be vertical. So as such, this actually is something of a supercube, and it causes some interesting kinds of complications that can happen with that if you're not sure how to deal with this. So it's possible to have it what you think is completely solved, but then you find that the center is rotated off by 90 degrees. So if that's the case, then in my mind you haven't completely solved it. So how should I scramble it? Well, there's only one way to scramble it. How should I solve this puzzle? Well, there's 3 ways of solving a 4x4. You can solve it by reduction, which means you take a scrambled 4x4, reduce it to a 3x3 by placing the centers, center, 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 and center. Then you reduce the edges down and you solve it like a 3x3. So that's one way of doing it. That's the classic way of doing it. That's how most people do it. You can run into things like parity, but if you know how to deal with parity, you can get your way through it. The other way of doing it is layer by layer, where you do the first layer, then the second layer, then the third, then the fourth. Another fun way of solving it, it's really just a matter of placing things. It's kind of a minimization of algorithms with that. Once you get to the final layer, you can get into a certain type of a parity that I call the floppy parity, which is really the same kind of thing that you find with a floppy puzzle. So we could do it layer by layer. Or if you want to dispense with parity altogether, you can do what I call the parity-free type of solve. Now I've had demonstrations of all of those, but basically what a parity-free solve is you put in the 2x2 blocks on each side, and I basically do that by doing a layer by layer by the first 2 layers, this one and this one. And then I finish up the last 2 layers here with an AI solve. So any one of them are fun variations and fun solves. So how shall I do this one? How would you like to see this? Would you like to see a reduction? Would you like to see layer by layer? Or would you like to see a parity-free solve? Well, which one? Can't make your mind up? Well, I can't say that I blame you because they're all fun solves. So why choose one over the other? Take your pick of whichever one you'd like to see.